Okay, we're going to spend a few minutes understanding views in Power Project. So a view in Power Project is a tab that you get along top. This is if it's open, but a view can be accessed through the view menu. So this is where they are, but there's also, and that's on the home tab, but there's also a whole view tab all to itself. So the same list of views are here. So a view is a can have a filter, so it's how much of the program is it looking at, so how much is called the scope, that's which bit of the project you've got selected over here. It can have a filter, so I want to say I only want to see brickwork activities, so it can filter those out, or I'm talking to the kitchen fitters, so I want to give them heads up when their work's coming up, so without showing them the whole plan. Also, it can have a different sort, so we can say change the order of what you see from, and that could have a filter on it, of course. So I might want to see it by plot number. So now this is sorted in a different sequence to it was before, because that was created with the build order. The build order. So the build order has also got a sort, but in a way it wouldn't need one because there is a natural order. So if there is no sorts running, this is how you created the activities themselves. So if you cut and pasted a row, or if I moved a row above another one, then this would be the new natural order. So it's how you create it is dependent on you're setting the natural order. So you can resort it, but it's good to probably set it out as you want it to be in the first place. And a view can also have a different table, so you can have different columns. I'm not going to go into creating columns or saying what you put in columns, but you hopefully what has been supplied is good enough. We can talk about that another day. Did go over that on the training course. And when you print it out, whatever if you cover up a column, if the divider is sitting on a column, you will see the whole of that column, but you won't see one to the right. So you can choose how much you actually see of that. But the other thing that a view has is a format. So everything that you see on there, all that we can turn various things on and off, as you saw before, like the links. That's what you get when you print it out, but also that's what the format of the view is. And in the same way, you can get to everything through the format bar chart icon, or you can right mouse click on the body of the chart and take format bar chart from there. And one of the things that you see is which of the code libraries is being used to display information. And in this situation, it's just the build stages. So you see the individual build stages all having a different color and pattern, but the other view that I made is where I've got one called reporting stages, which are your main stages where all of the individual little steps are all colored the same, so it gives you sort of clearer impression. You know, the gray is where the first fix is. Now that color scheme is carried through into the individual build stages, where you've got the first build stage of that group has got the darkest color, has got a solid background, a more solid background of the stage, the reporting stage color, so you can see where each one essentially starts. So at least that was the idea. But a view can also have a histogram. So on the view menu, you can create histograms and other sorts of graphs, and they appear at the bottom. So I have created some of these, and if you put the mouse right at the bottom, just above the slider, you get that two-headed arrow, and then you can bring into view these histograms, which we've created. One of it is a for labour to show you what the head count is on site each week, what's the maximum head count of all the resources, and also one showing you what the monthly completions of CML are. And you can not show CML but show handovers, which is the yellow activity, and that's by month. You could make that by week, but so that's your CML target. So if CML for a particular plot was changed, so maybe that got moved out to March, then you'd see the graph change. So that just gives you an overview without looking in details, counting up how many CMLs there are within a particular month. So, but if you bring that divider down right to the bottom, then it won't be displayed when you print it out. And there's a similar one on the progress view as well. So that's everything you need to know about views.